If at first you don't succeed, bribe again. You know, the top oligarch in the Republican Party right now is this guy, Sheldon Adelson. I've heard Adelson and Adelson. I kind of like Adelson because it's like addled. But in any case, he's you could call him a foreign casino magnate because he owns foreign casinos. He's not a foreigner. He's an American. His parents were first-generation immigrants. And he's on his way to Washington, D.C. He's already offering to fund the next election for Republicans. Why? Apparently to protect himself from criminal prosecution. Adelson spent $150 million on Republicans in the 2012 election, probably, I don't know, a day's worth of income or so, more than anyone in American election history. This guy's a multi-billionaire. And now he's promising to spend double that amount come the next election and has already met with Governor John Kasich, Governor Bobby Jindal, Governor Bob McDonnell, all these 26 possible Republicans to get him on his side. Interestingly, Jeb Bush and Chris Christie are not on that list. They're more sane voices in the Republican Party. And I realize I have to highly qualify that by saying sane, but in any case. All this is pretty odd when you consider that this same Sheldon Adelson told the Wall Street Journal for publication yesterday that he supports abortion rights. He supports stem cell research. He supports President Obama's DREAM Act. And in his own words, he's, quote, in favor of socialized medicine, end quote. So why is this guy who used to be a Democrat and holds the values of the Democratic Party, at least in terms of social policy, why is this guy so busy buying Republicans? Some people think it has to do with Israel. I don't think it has anything to do with Israel. There's not that much space between Democrats and Republicans on the topic of Israel. Here's my take on this. Put yourself in his place. Democrats generally do things, that is, make laws, legislate, on behalf of the vast majority of the American people. Unemployment insurance, Social Security, Medicare, keeping our food supply safe, that sort of thing. I mean, outside of petty crime stuff like Congressman Jefferson or Rangel were accused of, by and large, Democrats don't shill for big corporate interests or fat cat billionaires. They, if they get busted, it's for texting a picture of their underwear. They've been the party of the people pretty much since their founding over 200 years ago. But Republicans eagerly do things for whoever pays them the biggest bucks. For example, every single Republican freshman in the last Congress denies that there's any such thing as global warming. Now, this is clearly a crazy position. But why would they take that? Because the fossil fuel industry, the second richest industry in the world, behind the banksters, will give a lot of money to any member of Congress who denies global climate change. And similarly, the Republicans are lockstep against banking regulations. Why? Because that industry passes out the largest amount of cash here in Washington, D.C., and Republicans are in favor. You got that. Okay. What are some of the other things that they favor? Republicans are in favor of so-called free trade and so-called right to work. Both policies that harm the vast majority of working-class Americans, but make fortunes for the transnational corporations and their billionaire CEOs who eagerly pass out bucks to any politician willing to take their side. Republicans will even deny science, like the age of the earth, if they think it'll help them raise money from cash-heavy televangelists and scam artists like Ralph Reed. In other words, by and large, the Democrats can't be bought. But the Republicans are perpetually for sale to the highest bidder. So if you're looking to buy a law, who do you go to? While Sheldon Adelson may think that stem cell research or immigrant rights or literally socialized medicine, even Democrats don't go that far. While he may think these are fine, and in fact, he cites the example of having spent time in Israel and just being blown away by their great socialized medicine system. While he may like all those things, he wrote about it yesterday in the Wall Street Journal. His first priority is not, policies like that. His first priority is covering his own butt. So if at first you don't succeed, bribe again. The Washington Post reports that Adelson is flying in his private jet to Washington, D.C. to meet with Republican leaders in, surprise, hopes of changing the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act. Now, why would he care about this? Because right as we speak, President Obama's Department of Justice is investigating Adelson for violating that act, as it's been suggested that he was bribing officials in China to get his casinos built on Chinese-controlled territory. Which, of course, is probably why Adelson spent so much money to defeat President Obama, because a Republican Romney administration would bring with it a new Republican Attorney General and Justice Department that just might not prosecute him or might just settle out of court for a small fine to make it all go away. This is the life of the rich and powerful in America. When they get in trouble with the law, they just buy new politicians and get new laws to protect themselves. We used to have a word for this. It's called bribery. Remember that? But now, thanks to the Supreme Court Citizens United decision, it's just business as usual. If that outrages you, if you think that there's something fundamentally wrong with that, I strongly recommend you get over to movetoamend.org and say something about it.